Well, okie dokie artichokes, I am back with another in the series of 14 in 14. We're going to get 14 cards done in 14 days. It may not be one card a day, but it's going to happen. I am determined, which means I have to seriously get cracking with it. I'm going to double these up. So anyway, today I'm bringing you, today is brought to you by Diamond Press and the Slimline Valentines Be Mine kit. I've been wanting to do this, so I've already prepped a lot of this. We're back to my lovely little prep tray. This thing is, oh my gosh, it's saving my life. I love it. I adore it. This is like, I need to get a couple more, at least a couple more, so that I can use these to set up. It helps a lot to keep my supplies all organized and everything, although I've made a mess of things right now because I kept finding, as I've been cleaning, not cleaning up, but looking for other things, I found like 3 of these rolls of the 1/4 inch tape. So I mean, there's all kinds of stuff. Here's my little dot, my stamp that I now will never misplace, I hope. But anyway, so I'm just putting these over here because I want to be able to get at my dies. But we are going to make, what I really want to do is, I think this one, the Happy Valentine's Day, which is right, it's the one they use for sample. I mean, I could do it one of 2 ways, which is completely die cut out, or maybe a combination of both, because look at that one, sending you lots of love. So it's, we will see, but I already have it I have it partially prepped out. So like, we're going to see, I already have cards here die cut out already, or at least not die cut. Let me take it back. I already have card bases. So, done before, because that was going to help cut back on the time here on the video. So we are going to start with, is this the first one I wanted to do? No, this is different. So hang on. This is the one I'm doing. So remember what I say about, if you're going to make one, make 4 or 5 or 6 or 7, or depending. This is extra paper, so that's confusing me. So this is extras that I'm saving until I no longer need them. But I'm differing mine a little bit because in looking for other things, and again, I went through and I have a bin here that I have a lot of what I call seasonal papers, and it's just stuff I've had for forever and ever and a day. And in it, I found a sheet of this. It is crepe paper. I want to say this is crepe paper from a while back, but hello, look at that, because that's the die I'm going to use. Isn't that perfect? So let me pull out to see. There's your die that matches that rose. I'm like, well, there it is. There is my background. So let me do, okay. I may do one with just not stamped, so that then we can do some of the die cuts and stamping and see which way we like best. But right now, we are going to do, this is what we're going to do. So let me set that aside. But basically, this is my background panel. I've cut my card base is cut a little. Is it the same size? No, I did. I did go ahead and cut it to the same size. Hang on, I'm going to tell you because I have slept since I did this. So let me go to my handy dandy trusted book that tells me everything I've done. No, that's the notebook swap. Here it is. So the card base is cut 8 by 8.5, and then 8 by 8. Oh yeah, 8.5 long by 8.5 wide, and then scored. So this is 4. So I've scored it at 4 inches. So that means, is this sucker really 4 inches wide? Did I really? Yeah, because you know me, I can't make a slim line. Mine has to be a little tubby, just, a little bit extra. But it has to be, because when you start putting down these dies, see, you have to see, it doesn't take up the entire space. Although no way, because this is only supposed to be a 1/4 inch. I think I needed to trim off. So hang on, let me look. Card base background panel. 3 and die cut panel, 3 5/8. See, I haven't trimmed down yet, so that's my bad. So let's grab this. We need to cut it, trim it down by 3 5/8 because we need a little bit of an edge in other words, to put our tape down around it to make our shaker. But not that much, although maybe now I may regret this. But I have 1/8 if I'm going to be regretting anything. But in theory, that should give me just about a 1/4 inch all the way around. That's what I'm supposed to have, a 1/4 inch all the way around. So on this, it's easy. When you stack them all, we see, now what would be really easy is if we had 3 already. Because then I could just, and you could if you're wanting to use a different one. I am not. I want them to be matty. And there is a spotty on that piece of paper. Is it on this side? No, there isn't. So we are going to flip it over. Nobody saw that. You probably didn't even see it, but I noticed it. Here, let me move this back a little bit. But all we got to do is set this up a bit here and just center it up so that I can get this. I should just center up one. Now let's see if that works. So I'll hold this in place, and does it match on the bottom more or less? That's the tricky thing. See, and that's okay. No, that was okay. That wasn't, it wasn't, I was just holding it wrong. So as long as and even then I can always trim it up a bit. But this being ornery is one's trying to go underneath the other. It's shy. Right, so let's go back here. But more or less. So what I'm going to do anyway, I don't want to take much more of this. I'm going to go ahead and line this up and run this through my marquee, and I'll be right back, okay? Okay, guys, I am back. I have cut out my die cut. In fact, I cut out several because you know how I say, you know, if you're going to make one, make four. And actually, I am making up four because I realized that this is not really easy to line up, at least not for an uncoordinated person like I am. So I wanted to show you guys what I did to get this lined up, and I can tell I need to trim a little bit off, but hang with me. In order to get these, and I am not a good eyeballer, so I kept trying to get two of them and then make sure I had enough space for the third one, and I was making myself crazy. I'm like, ah. So what I ended up doing is grabbing my piece of paper, and I will link you down below to the measurements, I believe, and then I have it right here. This panel is the, die cut panel 3 5/8 by 8.5, and still it's going to need a little trimming. But what I did is I just went in and drew me a line 1/4 of an inch in using my handy dandy Tim Holtz ruler. I love this ruler. It's my favorite ruler. I just drew in a line. And that's how I lined up on one side and then the top. Whoops. But of course, the point is when you're doing this is for the paper not to move. It should stay in place. Bad paper. Bad paper. Okay, so now I can set this aside. Now, I will grab my 2 dies that I'm using. I mean, there's a total of 3 spaces, but this one gets repeated. And we're going to grab this one and see now I'm going to line it up to both my lines. And it's crucial when you do, if you guys have this kit, that you lay down a fair amount of tape. Don't give it the opportunity to move around, because it will. And then you'll have to cut extra die panels. Ask me how I know. Okay, just saying. Both, and I need to cut some more tape because I am not leaving this to chance. And then one down here, just to be safe. Okay. And now I'm going to run it through. Oh, heck. Really? I don't have one? I should have one right here. But I'm wondering, do I really want to use... I think there's a part of me that wants to bust out a new one. And I should have one in the stash here. Lord have mercy. If not, I have them right here. It's not like I don't have a zillion of these. But I want to see how it... Because I had some issues with it marking up. The paper being a little bit marred. So let's see what happens if we bust out a new one. And here's the marquee. The marquee, the cut of paper. I have to come up with a name for other than the marquee. He has to have a title. Because this thing is like my wonder horse. Let me grab that and put it over here. So, everything looks good. This thing really sticks really well to the glass mat. Aside, we're going to remove these big pieces here and this one there. I'll go back through with the pokey tool and grab the rest. Now, what we do is we line up this one. I mean, we're not running it back through. I'm just lining it up for the moment so that I can line it up with the flower one up again. Put these 2 tapes here for the moment, and probably this one too. And then what it is, I also took, and I'm flipping the die so that the rose is on the opposite side. You know, it's those little things. So now see on this side, it's on this side. Now it's going to be on the opposite side. Just for that little, you know, added interest. You know, it's all in the attention to details. It's a miracle that I even noticed because I can be as clueless as the day is long. All right, I'll just lay these tapes down. Like I said, make sure you snag the paper. You don't want this, except I forgot, I'm not cutting this die out. No, dark. See? Why weren't you guys stopping me? Okay, so now we're going to run it through the marquee. We'll see if I got it straight or not. Okay, I just hit the sticking the tapes right here onto the marquee because I will reuse them. It's just washi tape. Actually, it's kind of pretty. I almost feel guilty for using this one. I kind of like it. Usually I try to pick, you know, cheap washi that I don't like. But yeah, this one came out really, really well. I'm just going to grab my scissors right here because they're handy to poke out these last big pieces of Chad. But this is ready, just about to rock and roll. I'll just have to add, I don't know why I did this. I should have just done this into the trash. But that would have required logic. That's not something I necessarily have in abundance. Terribly overrated Spock. I am not. Okay. So, I mean, that's the one I just got cut. But this is the one I've already worked on. And I've already started to apply the tape. And I don't know why I didn't do it on that side. Interesting, although I do want to trim it off. Maybe I'm just thinking the wrong side. I don't know what stopped me, but we will do these other ones later. I just need to do one for camera for you guys now. I'm going to take these and check out those bits, and I'll pick them up in a minute, but I'm going to put them there at least so they're findable. That's the point of my little organizational container. And I think what I wanted to, well, I already got the tape on that side, so I'm going to be cutting a little bit of the tape off. Here's my 1/4 inch. Now, does it fit on the 1/4 inch side? Because that's, you know, kind of like calling it close, but it looks like it just is perfect. So there's no room for margin of error. I just got to be, you know, as I'm talking, try to be careful. But yeah, there we go. And then I found my little quilting ruler. There we go. I got my nice little straight edge. We're going to grab the bone folder, and I'm just going to burnish it in just to make it easier. For one, because I want it to adhere well, and two, because it'll make it easier to peel off. And then I'm just going to take off. Actually, no, I'm going to do it this way. I'm finding it a lot easier to put things down when I take a moment and I just do this. You know, take off a little bit so that it doesn't all stick down all at once. There we go. Okay. So that's the stop. The stop. Ow! It poked me. Mean. Ow. Those tweezers are really, really sharp, which come in handy for what I was just doing. But yeah, man, they're like just the side of a murder weapon. Okay, so we have our acetate, which I already pre-trimmed, but let me make sure I don't have to trim it some more because it is right on the edge. I'm going to literally take off 1/8 of an inch. Let me just go all 4 corners and the heck with it. All right? Okay, that looks good. Okay, there we go. Oops, and I missed that one. Totally dingleberry that I am. Okay. Let's see if I can pick this off. Well, of course I can. Ah! There we go. So now we have been acetated. And this is going to be my background. So now I will, is it really still some off the edge? There's seriously a little tiny smidgen right there. Doesn't matter. Yep. This one I have to trim off, which is totally what I was trying to avoid. Oy. Okay. Okay, we're good to go. Now we're ready. Oh, you know what? And I needed to trim off a little, gosh. Because you see, this edge is a little bit wider than this edge. So, here we go again. Take off. Like, I want to take off like 1/16. I want to start with 1/16. just so that I don't, because I'm going to try to use my 1/4 inch. Come on. There we go. That looks perfect. Now, with any luck, I'm going to be able to use my 1/4 inch foam tape. And I found when I went through cleaning my little tonic storage unit, I found several of these. Which, hey, the more the merrier. Toss that in the trash. And we will run this around. All around the edge. I don't want it to be seen on the inside or the outside. So, man, this is like really calling it really close. So I want to not rush putting this tape down so that I don't go through the edge, off the edge. And now, there we go. Okay, that's one down and 3 sides to go. So give me a second. I'll be right back rather than making you guys watch all this. Okay, I am back. I have got this panel all foamed up. I did these middle sections by taking this 1/4 inch and cutting it in half. And then I'd still have to do a little bit of trimming just so you wouldn't see the white. One thing I did forget to tell you guys when I did this is don't forget to erase your lines. And you want to make sure you use, the pencil you're using is a soft lead. This one is soft lead, and that way, so it does erase right up. This is, I use this as Sumo Grip. I get this from Amazon because it's a 0.7. I like 0.7s more than I like 0.5. But it can be, I'll link it down below because I have, in fact, I've had to buy them twice, and I found now all of them. Interestingly enough, looking for other things, I now have all 3 of them. So I have one in this jar, one in the caddy over here in tonic, and there's one in my purse. But it is absolutely hands down my favorite pencil, and it's a fat one. Oops, I'm gonna bend it there a little bit. But yeah, so now it erased right up, so you can't even see the line. So don't forget to do that. Okay. So we're back here. We're ready now to add our shaker bits and our panels. So this first, I went ahead. I could have trimmed it because right now I have an edge on both sides, which I wanted. I could have trimmed top to bottom, and I go, no, let's, do something off the beaten path. And it's like, oh my gosh, it has to be symmetrical. I have to have an edge all the way around. There are no hard and fast rules. Do what makes you happy. And this at this moment is what making me happy because it saved me 2 more cuts. You get to that point, I'm like, oh no, I am not dealing with this. Ain't happening. So now all you're going to do is run my tape all the way around this card. Whee! With Big Mama. Okay, and let me roll in because I know I went off the edge here. Because remember, it's that coordination thing? Yeah, we don't have any. And what I'm going to do now is pretty much center it. If I center it, it doesn't matter, center it to the bottom or the top. If I align an edge, the bottom, line it up, it will, in theory, stay straight. Right? Okay. Yeah. There we go. Although there's a little bit here. Hang on, where is? I don't see it. I don't see it. Ah. There we go. It is a little crooked, so let me come down a little bit. Up here, that should be okay. Better. Okay, we are good to go here. So now we are ready for shaker bits. So we're going to go ahead and put down, pinch our hearts in each where I think it's going to end up being. You don't want to go too crazy. And then we're going to grab some of this. So we're not going to use this jar of pink because then there'll be 2 different shades of pink. Where are my white sequins? Is what I'm not seeing. I was like, but there's white in here, so. Yeah. This will look cute. I love shaker cards, guys. This makes me so happy. I haven't made a shaker card in I don't know how long. It's been a long, dry spell, so now we're back. There's the white. I want to add in a little bit more white. A little bit more here. Maybe a couple of here so I can get some more different colored hearts. Right? Okay. I'm trying to grab lighter ones because, of course, what I'm grabbing are all the red ones that I've already put in. And one thing, you know, I've learned to do is, and I forgot to do it this time, and I had luck when I did it this morning, I was working on a card, is I said to just take a little bit. If I put some talcum powder on my fingers, I will avoid the static electricity with handling the shaker bits. I'm going to make sure all my bags are closed except for the one that, the brand spanking new one. And now we're going to grab this guy because I have to go through with my, I love this tool. I really, really, really do. But I just want to rub all the way around the edges of this just to make sure that we don't have shaker bits that stick to the foam, the adhesive that might be right on the side. And it only takes a couple of, you know, it's just a minute, and we'll have this done. Ah, the computer's talking to me. I wonder what it's saying. It's just a message or something, and a notification came through. Okay, we're going to take these guys and we'll get them back where they belong. And let me put the lid before Elvis shows up here and steals it. He was up here a little while ago, and he was determined to steal something. I'm not sure he was successful or not, and that might be why I can't find, actually, now that I think about it. I don't see my Cricut tool here. So that might be why I can't find it. Oh my goodness. I picked up with my hand the tapes off the marquee. So now I am ready. I just want to make sure I've got these divided up. Like, see here, I need to, this brings up a little bit. Oh, look, let's add the ones that are right here. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we good? Are we good to go? It looks like we are good to go. Alrighty, so now we pick up tape, which is always our favorite job. Not. Ooh, that one tore in half. Rude. Of course, now the other one doesn't want to cooperate at all. It's like, no, I'm staying here. I like it here. No, no. Could you hear it? Ah! I'm a kook. Okay. I'm on you. Another one. Passive non-cooperation. These darn things think they're Gandhi. Oof. All right. We lift it up, and I'm just going to go this way. And the same here. Really? It just it just came off. It's like, alrighty then. Rude. And then we'll go this corner up too. Come on, my pretty. There we go. And then peel them up. That way it gives me a little bit of alignment room. Okay, oopsie. Trespassers. No. And all I have to do, I'm just going to line it up with the bottom, with my paper, my pattern paper panel. Right? Except now, look, see? Let me see if I can get this, pick this up. There it is. It's a little tiny bit short. Don't know how that happened. So we're gonna, there we go. No, it's not. I think it was just an optical illusion. Okay, so now all I do is peel. Oops. Well, that kind of backfired on me. I didn't anticipate the release paper to, there we go, to tear. There we go. And that one's all glued down, right? No, it's not. We have another, oh, because I never brought it up because I'm a ding-dong. Really, Myra? So it's going to take a second here. Let me just, there we go. Oh my gosh, what is it with this paper? The release paper here. There we go. Okay. And then this guy, whoops, oops, oops, you see? Escapees. Okay. Ta-da! And there you go. Shake, shake, shake. Our shaker card. And this was so easy. It took me a little bit long. I had to do a little measuring, but it's a quick, it really comes together once you figure out how to line up the 3 panel dies, and there's so many configurations. I'm working on another one with a different configuration. I'll show you guys in a minute. I'll come back. But actually, you know what I want to do too is I want to stamp this. So let's grab and move this over here and move these panels into my tray so that they don't get damaged. And let's pull a sentiment. So, okay, happy Valentine's Day from the heart. Our hugs and kisses. You know what? Let's see. Let's do let me grab a piece of scrap paper and let's do some test stampings and see which one I want to use. But you know what? And I want to use color ink. I'm going to go pull some red ink. So give me a second. I'm going to be right back. Okay, I'm back. And I want to say that one of my subscribers came to me telling me they were having trouble stamping up hugs and kisses. So we are going to test that one out to see if it's just that she just had a problem stamp or if it's, you know, more than that. So let's see. The one thing you always want to do with a brand new die that's never been used is rub it up. Just rub it up here. So I'm just gonna use the misting. I'm using a scrap piece of paper. Just gonna see. So it's more about just lining it. It's lining it up. It doesn't have to be centered. It just has to be right there. Just because we're just testing it out. Then if it works fine, then it's gonna go on my card. And if it doesn't, we're gonna have to pick out a new sentiment. There's just no, you know, no two ways about it. I went ahead and I pulled from my FSJ stamps. I pulled Cranberry Bliss. So really what apparently I have to do is really seriously ink it up. Oops. I'll clean that up. Okay, so let's see what happens. Let's give it a whirl. I'll give it a good test. Where's my cloth? There we go. Let's see. Let's see what we get. Well, not bad. I seem to be okay. It's a little, I know that when you have them where it's just a solid and at that much solid area, it is not perfect, but I can kind of live with it. But I'm going to give it at least another layer of ink. Let's see with the second stamping how we do. I'm knocking stuff over. God only knows what's falling into my bin of paper now. Let's see. Okay. It's still, I think this might be, there's a little bit of streaking. Let me add ink right on the, it's not even, you know what? It's not, the ink is there. Let's see. It's more on this side, that on the one side of the ampersand. Oh, goodness gracious, I'm sorry. I'm yawning your faces. Rude. Yeah, there is a bare spot, and but it's not. Let's see, because it's, I can see that it's like the ink's not coming off for this one right here on the ampersand. Okay, now, and then across the top. So it just took, I mean, as far as I was concerned, it just took a little bit of extra work. But I'm okay with it. I'm going to use it. So now what I do have to do now, for one, is I need to clean my stamp. I always do that. And my poor Missy will need a bath after this. Let me clean it up. Okay. Because I now have to, because since I've already, the other ones I'm going to stamp before before I before I add the shaker bits. I got just so go at full speed ahead, darn the torpedoes. But that is why I have my Tim Holtz. It will save me. Because I'm stamping here on this card. I'm just stamping straight in the card. Okay, let's move our handy dandy magnets that stick to the mat here. Okay, gotta go this way. Or, doesn't matter no matter what. It's going to be, pseudo upside down. That works for me. No, it's set to rubber. So, no, it's set to clear. So it is correct. Okay. So I've now cornered it, and now all I have to do is grab my stamp. Where'd it go? Is it still stuck to the Misty? Because it's plausible. Did I put the Misty away with the stamp still stuck to it? No, I pulled the stamp so when I do it. Oh, good Lord. Did I pick it up with the... All right, guys, give me a second. Let me locate the errant stamp. Found it right where I put it, because I am nothing if not a ding-a-ling. It's part of my charm. But let me center it on the paper. I want to do it kind of upish. I don't have to make it totally way at the top. It's not like I have to write War and Peace underneath it. Okay, that looks good to me. Let's see. Will it line up on the lines? Let me see. Give me a second. Let me just straighten it up. Yeah, it looks good. Yep. Okay, so here now we go. Let's ink this puppy up. Cranberry, okay. Let's add the ink real quick. Although I know I'm fairly confident it's going to take several stampings, like it did before. Okay, I can tell I didn't even ink up the K very well. That K is going to not be good. Yeah, see? Let me move these stamps out of my way. Let me move my notepad out of my way. Let me move everything out of my way. And now, oh no. In doing so, of course, I have now moved everything. So hang on, because now I've got to clean the stamp. Okay, that's perfect. Good Lord. There we go. Oh, Cranberry Bliss. Come here, my pretty. Come here. I want you to ink up really pretty. There we go. Be a little bit more convincing. I want to get any wise ideas there. Use our cloth here. Alrighty, so still we have an issue with the H. Let me see. The ink is there and I just didn't. I don't think I just didn't get it inked enough apparently. Okay. So yeah, I'm going to be truthful there. Apparently it's this die is a bit problematic. It takes several stampings. But we are going to persevere. Come on. Okay. Hope for a third time being the charm. Okay, let's do this. Yeah. Right here, the ampersand is a problem. And the H is the problem, but I'm wondering, I think the H might be a magnet issue. Let's see. Yep. Oh, no. I forgot to see. Now I've got this. So now I'm going to have to figure something out there. Phooey. And there you go. But otherwise, I'm going to let the sleeping dog lie. And now I have to figure out something for that. But I think I already have an idea. So give me a second. I'm going to be right back because there are no mistakes. There are just opportunities for creativity. Alrighty, in moments of crisis, it's always good to know what you've got. And this was something new, and I just happen to remember because it's the next card that I'm going to be doing as I'm using up this die from Amazon. And I remembered these dangles, and I'm like, I wonder if I can make one work. And look, it is almost perfect. It's almost going to be imperceptible. But that's going to be my save. So I'm just going to do what I normally do. Is, well, for one, I want to snip that little, I mean, the minimum I can get away with. But I'm just going to, so it doesn't, you can't see that little edge. Oh my goodness. Of course, it's not that I can't snip, it's that I can't see. These be old as. There we go. Okay. Now we're going to do our try and true puddle system to pick this up. Don't need much. Put our lid back on because we're done. We're done for the night after this card. Stick a fork in me. Okay. Oh, now I see my Cricut tool. It was there all along. All right, it's there. Let me grab tweezers. Let me make sure it is nice and I got glue on this all. And then we're just going to bring it over here. And we're just laying it down. And there we go, peeps. It are fixed. Let me grab. I just toss this away, but I just need to clear off that glue real quick before I make matters worse. Dry. And there you go. It's pretty straight. So there you go, guys. Nobody will ever know except you, me, and whoever else watches this video. You know, who knows? This will probably suddenly become the card that gets the most views. Watch 1 million views and everybody will see the mistake. Yeah, no. But, I mean, there you go, guys. I'm going to go back and I'm going to come back and stamp it on the back and sign it. Always remember, sign your cards. Artists sign their works. But there you have my shaker card done with the Diamond Press Slimline Valentines Be Mine. I love it. I love this one. There are so many. With all the dies you have, there are so many. I mean, right here, just on the sheet, are the incarnations of this. I'm going to be making this one too, just because I think it's really, really, really cute. And I would make more, but I got no, because we will come back and revisit the set next year and do it different, and do different. So I figured, no, we're just going to do some here. So I do have quite a bit. I'm going to cut like 4 more out. Or I already have the bases there. But there you go. I hope you liked it, guys. If you did, then by all means, give me a thumbs up and drop me a comment. If you want to see more of my madness, because this is what it is, purely madness, then go ahead and subscribe and ding the bell, and you'll always know when I come back. But I'm a pooped puppy, so I'm going to leave you guys and go to bed. So have a wonderful evening or a wonderful day, wherever it is, at what time it is, when you're watching me. And don't forget, as is very self-evident, we're all a little mad here. I am like super mad. So go ahead. Let's go scrap the madness together. Okay. Talk to you guys later. Bye.